Hello, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is what you don't see coming for the week of March 15th, 2026. It's a collective general reading, so as the messages come through today, take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it's meant for someone else. And be sure to check out your other placements. If you don't know what they are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. With all of that said, let's begin. Tapping into the Cancer collective now for Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What does Cancer not see coming for the week of March 15th, 2026? What do they not see coming? Let's get one more shuffle here for you. Thank you. What do you not see coming? Fake smiles. And at the bottom of the deck, you have reflecting. Okay. Tell me why fake smiles is something that the Cancer collective does not see coming. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements for the week of March 15th, 2026. Maybe nervous also. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Maybe feeling nervous this week. In your energy, we have the King of Cups. We have the Eight of Swords. We have the High Priestess. And we have the Ace of Cups. At the bottom of the deck is the situation, environment, or connection you're dealing with. You have the Four of Swords. You have the Six of Pentacles. And you have the World card. Okay. King of Cups. Why is the King of Cups in Cancer's energy this week? Why is the King of Cups in their energy this week? One more shuffle here. Thank you. King of Cups is clarified by the Six of Wands, the Five of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. Eight of Swords. Why is the Eight of Swords here? One more shuffle. Thank you. Eight of Swords is clarified by the King of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the Emperor. High Priestess. I'll get to this message in a second. High Priestess. Why is this here? One more shuffle. Thank you. High Priestess is clarified by the Two of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands. And the Ace of Cups. Why is the Ace of Cups here? One more shuffle. Thank you. Ace of Cups is clarified by the Star. Ace of Wands is in the reverse. Isn't that interesting? And the Ace of Pentacles. I do read reversals. I never purposely put any card or anything like that in the deck, but we're going to take it. Let's see. This individual here that you're dealing with. Why are they in the... clarify Six of Pentacles. Why are they in the Six of Pentacles? One more shuffle. Thank you. Six of Pentacles is clarified by the Tower, the Ten of Wands, and the Empress. Ooh, Emperor to the Empress. The World card. Why is the World card here? One more shuffle. Thank you. You have the Hanged Man, you have the Nine of Swords, and you have the King of Pentacles. Okay, bottom of that, Queen of Swords. Super specific message, so if it's not yours, don't be offended. Just move along and check another placement. I have a group of you here where you've offered something to someone. You either did it within the last 9 days or you're doing it this week. You felt confident enough, because for me, queens exist in the present based upon their past experience, and kings take action. It's not masculine or feminine or nothing hierarchical. It's just how I see a deck of cards. And so what I see here is that you contemplated offering something to someone, like, hey, do you want to go out and get a pizza? Or do you want to come over? I just see you here extending an Ace of Cups to someone. You took it upon yourself. You stepped into the masculine energy. Again, has nothing to do with your gender. But this was, I'm going to take action. I want to be victorious when I take this action. I'm a little nervous in the Five of Swords to the Nine of Wands. But I feel like you offered something to someone and now you're just waiting. That's the feeling here. You're up in your head. You're like, I took action. I moved in this person's direction. King of Swords to the Page of Wands. This is a card of discovery. It's also a communication card as it is a page. So I took action again to offer this Emperor something. Now this could be I submitted my resume or application. Now I'm waiting to hear back. I asked this person out on a date. I'm waiting to hear back. There's something like that here at play. Like, I took action to move towards someone. And now in the High Priestess energy, Two of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands, it's like, why aren't they getting back to me? So the Ace of Cups that you extended, you have the Nine of Swords, The Ace of Wands is in the reverse, and then we have the Ace of Pentacles. So there's no movement. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you're still waiting here. So if this has happened to you, I think you're putting on a fake smile. I think this is you this week. Fake smile, all is well. I don't think you're letting anyone know. Remember, while I was shuffling, I said nervous. Maybe you're feeling nervous. So that's the kind of feeling here, like, oh, did I misstep? Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I shouldn't have invited them. Maybe I shouldn't have submitted my application or resume, because I feel like you submitted an Ace of Cups, but there's been no movement on it because the Ace of Wands is in the reverse, and you're like, okay, I'm just waiting for something tangible, like some response. And then the person that you asked or you submitted it to, again, you either did it in the last week or you're going to do it this week. They're reflecting. They're sitting here reflecting. I have Emperor to the Empress here. It's like I never noticed this in the Six of Pentacles, but it's like you offered this pentacle, you offer this, but they haven't fully grabbed it. Notice all the hands. So it's like they haven't fully grabbed the offer here. So maybe they haven't reviewed your resume yet, or they're still contemplating, if you ask them out on a date, whether or not they'll say yes to you. And I just feel here with the Empress, the Ten of Wands, and the Tower, they don't know if they want to birth a connection with you, nurture a connection with you. Again, accept your resume, whatever this offer opportunity is here that you presented, they don't know if they want to move forward on it. So they're doing the right thing. They didn't immediately come out and say yes. That might give you false hope. They didn't come out and say no, so it wasn't a knee-jerk reaction. They, Four of Swords, seem to be contemplating. Even the World card is like napping on this. So Hangman, the Nine of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. This is pausing to reflect. Do I want to invest in this? Do I want to schedule the interview? Okay, I already had the interview. Do I want to provide this person with a job opportunity? Maybe you asked someone out on a date and they haven't gotten back to you yet. This is, do I want to invest? King of Pentacles, invest. So I think that's what's happening here for you this week. You just did it in the last 9 days, or you're going to do it, sometime this week. It looks like you're going to be bold and brave. Bravo to you. Step out of your comfort zone. If that's your message, congratulations. It was never about their acceptance or denial. It was always about you stepping into the role of that King of Wands, leaning into that neighboring sign of Leo to do this. So I feel regardless of what happens here, you win because you got out of a comfort zone, if this is your message. And if you haven't done it yet, I think this is the week for you to do it. Again, it didn't have much to do with their response, as much as maybe you wanted the job or the friendship, or, maybe you applied here to be part of a community group. You're still waiting to hear back. I don't think it had anything to do with their response. Of course, we all want to be accepted, right? But I just think this was more about you getting out of a comfort zone, and you did it. But now you're nervous, and now you could also be second guessing it there. There could be some guessing, second guessing yourself. You're like, oh, did I do the right thing? Should I have done that? Because the Eight of Swords, I almost feel like you're reflecting back to this decision. You're like, should I did that? Should I have said that? Yes, you should have. Yes, got you out of a comfort zone. Yes. Anything else Cancer needs to know about this person? So they're reflecting. They weren't an immediate yes, but they're not an immediate no either. So don't panic. They need to process this as well. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Anything else you need to know about them? The Nine of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, the Fool card. They're leaning towards saying yes, but until they know definitively, they're not going to say anything. So until they know that they absolutely want to give you the job, and they've ruled out everyone else, they're not going to call you and offer you the job. They're not sure if they want to, maybe you ask someone out on a date, they're not sure. They could be out of another connection. They don't know if they want to start one. Again, it's better to have them wait than have them give you a false start, offer you a job, but then, retract it. Say yes to go out on a date with you, but then really halfway through the date, you can see it in their face. They don't want to be there, or they're not ready, for a connection or something like that. So they're leaning towards yes, but I would let them process this. I would let them process this. They're going slow for a reason. So this seems to be like the type of person that when they say yes, then they're wholeheartedly invested in training you, going out on a date, welcoming you into a community group, whatever this is here. It appears you applied or provided an offer or opportunity to someone. So I think your job is done here in terms of this particular lesson. I would give them the breathing room now on how they need to process it on their end. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. 3 cards of advice for Cancer this week. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Your advice, the 9 of Pentacles, the Strength card, and the 7 of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Judgment. Don't get lost in fantasy, illusion. Did I do the right thing? Did I not do the right thing? I wouldn't do that. I would hold back. I would stand strong. Focus on your own comfort. Focus on your own happiness. The 9 of Pentacles card sometimes is the energy of someone who's very satisfied with who they are and what they have. They're not codependent. They're not needy. You know, so I would just, your advice here is make the judgment call until you get this answer from this person, which you extended. You were here as the King of Cups, offering that Ace of Cups. Okay, this is great energy, by the way. So until you get that answer back from this person, just stay strong. Don't allow, again, their yes or no or their delay to impact how you feel about yourself. And then just have some patience. Again, whether they say yes or no, it was never about them, to be quite honest. This was about you being bold and brave enough and transforming an aspect of yourself in respect to getting out of a comfort zone. And that's what you've done. So job well done. That is what I have for you, Cancer, for the week ahead. It looks like you're waiting to hear back from someone. And until you do, don't get lost in that, you know, mental gymnastics of, you know, second guessing what you did here. I don't think you did anything wrong in respect to this offer or opportunity. That is what I have for you, my dear. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.